Welcome back, everybody. We are continuing our chat about literacy, and I was going to call it a fun fact. This is not a fun fact. Over 200,000 children in Michigan struggle with reading proficiency by the end of the 3rd grade. That's why it's super important to instill those skills in kids at a very young age. Get them reading in preschool, in kindergarten. Set them up for success, because it goes beyond just reading comprehension. I mean, these are skills that you'll need for the rest of your life. So we're here with Chandra Ziegler. She's a literacy coach from Marisa. You've brought a whole collection of books that we're going to share. We're going to talk about them. But first, I want to hear about your experience working with kids and some of the biggest challenges that you think they face in 2025 when it comes to reading.
Gosh, if I had to, first, thanks for having me. And if I had to narrow it down to a few challenges, it would be after, over a decade in the classroom, 16 years, and now going in with a different lens, I see just the, number one, the attention of kids and not spending enough time with those books early on. And I think the devices have a lot to do with it. They can be very helpful, which we'll talk about later, but too much screen time, I think, has a little bit of adverse effects on children's attention span, and just having those physical books in their hand and finding that love early on. Another one I would say is not getting outside enough and developing those, having a healthy body is having a healthy mind, and setting you up to be ready and calm to read.
Yeah.
Because reading is hard, and it's rocket science. And if it's hard work and kids are struggling, they're not going to want to persist. So if we get their minds ready, their bodies ready, they're going to be ready to tackle the hard job of learning to read.
So it's super important to make reading fun, and not just for kids, but for adults, to find those categories of books, even if there's lots of pictures in them. There's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. So I have 3 girls, freshmen in high school, 5th grade and 2nd grade, and they're still, they're voracious readers, and they have picture books on their shelves too.
Do you find that, being in the classroom as a teacher, did you find that when students come back from break, like summer break, winter break, that you found that drop off from when school was in session?
Yes, there's always, teachers refer to it as a summer slide, because our summers are so short, and we want to be doing maybe anything but school or reading, but and we work extra hard to catch them back up.
So what do you recommend? What are maybe some practical tips for parents, for families at home, to increase their proficiency in reading, and not just reading books? I mean, that's certainly the best way to do it.
It starts with that conversation and talking with your kids, no matter what the age. So they're talking from when they're young and they're babies and they're developing that oral language and communication, and asking them questions just about what's going on out in the real world. And that can happen at home, in the car, wherever. So building their vocabulary through conversation is a simple place to start. It doesn't cost anything.
Right. And one tip that I've heard before from principals of our local elementary schools is to take your kid grocery shopping with you, for example, and have them read out the items that you're putting in the cart. Say, what is this? Can you tell me some of the ingredients that are in it? So just incorporate that reading into everyday life. You're brushing your teeth. Oh, what does that toothpaste bottle say?
Exactly. And to write also. Get them writing that grocery list. And all these things, those things take a little bit more time and patience, but being a parent, it's the most challenging but most rewarding job, and to take the time to do that. And so they're writing that grocery list, or they're writing what their schedule is going to be like the next day, then they're reading it. So they go hand in hand.
Yeah, certainly. And you have quite the selection of books here. So what are some of your favorite books for teaching literacy, proficiency, just getting kids better at reading?
So in the back, I have some books that will be for the younger ages.
Classics.
Classics, we all know that. The Go Dog Go, that we're going on a bear hunt, so they're actively involved in the story. There's the patterns, kind of sing-songy. This book is an example, Baking Day at Grandma's. It's so adorable. But it came from Dolly Parton's Imagination Library that is free for parents to sign up for. And kids birth through age 5, they can get a free book every month and build their library at home.
And look how cool this one is. This is an interactive book. They've got a recipe in there.
yes. Oh my gosh. And you can cook because it's about cooking, baking day at grandma's, and we've definitely made that recipe.
I love these types of books.
Yep.
Definitely inspire a child at an early age to start cooking.
And then books that are funny. Jimmy Kimmel, The Serious Goose, is hilarious. The Pigeon series. So books that get kids laughing and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so funny. I want to read that again. This one's great for the, children that maybe can't sit still. The Impatient Caterpillar is hilarious. Books that teach about other people and, in a child-friendly way.
Yeah. Got this one.
Float Like a Butterfly, Muhammad Ali.
Okay,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
And then over here, books that teach some, self-regulation, building.
Breathe Like a Bear.
Yes. You gotta establish that.
Yeah.
Calm, yeah. And then for the older kids, these are some of my girls' favorites. The Harry Potter series, of course. Out of My Mind, love this one. I think now is a movie. Ivy and Bean. So these would be for like emergent readers. So a local connection. I gotta put a plug in for the newspaper and the 818 media. And my daughter wrote this article for the paper about me and my books. And
That's amazing.
Isn't that great? So
And that's another really great opportunity for kids in the school year to get involved in writing, and not just writing, but community events and get them caring and asking questions.
So there's adult book clubs, which you heard about earlier, and there's kid book clubs. And if there's not a book club about a book you love, make one.
I love that. Just start your own club. You can really do anything. Yeah. Well, you mentioned that digital devices, they might be causing a lot of the summer slide as we speak. And I mean, really just the time away from books in general causes that slide. But a lot of us, we have our noses buried in our phones, and that's causing some challenges. But we can use the internet, applications, our phones to our advantage. So coming up, we are going to be talking about some digital resources. We'll be sharing some websites that might be great for you and your little ones. So stick around and we'll be right back.